Good morning, y'all, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to Williamsburg, Virginia. I know this looks like we're on an adventure, but we're not. This is actually just the trails here at the RV park, and it's where me and Buddy are walking right now. Hey, Bud, go! Today starts our first day here in Williamsburg, Virginia, and we're going to take you guys on an adventure every single day this week while we go exploring what there is to do here. Now, we've done this before where we made 7 videos in 7 days when we were in St. Augustine, Florida, and we made a huge list of all the things we want to do while we were there. And we found that once we started doing the adventures, there was things that we discovered that weren't on our list that were more fun than our list. So instead of making a list of all the things we want to do while we're here, we're just gonna go and start the adventure and see where it takes us for the rest of the day and the rest of the week. So we're basically winging it this week, but we do have a small guideline. We're gonna start today by heading to the Jamestown settlement, and then we're gonna see where we end up at the end of the day. Welcome to the Jamestown settlement. And guess what? Alicia just realized this is history class today.
I'm so glad I have the best history teacher here with me, because if the girls were asking me questions, I'm not real sure, but we got Daddy who knows it all.
I actually don't know any of it. I have a Cliff Notes version, and she had to Google some things because she was like, oh, okay, so that's where we're going. I said, it's like St. Augustine, Florida, but for the Northeast. It's about the first people that came here. Hey, you ready to go see some exciting things? I did 0 homework on this place. Like, I know you can do some pass buying where you can group things together. Yeah. But we're winging it.
All right. I like this tree. Who knows what that tree is? I'd like that.
What are those called?
It's like the blooms are facing you on this one. I don't know. It's like their version of a crepe myrtle, it feels like.
It's like a, what's those bushes we have in our yard?
Crepe myrtle.
No,
like
the bushes.
Oh, like azalea?
No.
I don't know.
The bushes from Georgia.
Azalea.
No. The things in front of our garage used to die all the time.
Oh, hydrangea?
It's like a hydrangea tree.
Hydrangeas are bushes, though.
Yeah, but that looks like a hydrangea tree.
Oh, okay. I kind of get it.
You know, Phil, I know exactly where she gets it. So we got the combo deal. So we're here at the Jamestown settlement, and we have the Yorktown Revolutionary Museum included, which we can go any other time. But I think we're gonna run out of time today because they close at 5, and we are a super punctual family.
We try. Hey, we got here. That was a major accomplishment.
Just so you know, when I started the video, I wasn't lying. It was morning, but it's 2 p.m. now. That's how long it took to go 11 miles down the road. Alicia's happy that there's flowers here. I just told her that there are ships, there's forts, there's a town, there's a Discovery Trail, and she just walked off. She didn't know history?
I'm finding pretty flowers.
Look, it's just like the Fountain of Youth all over again.
I actually don't mind the history as long as it's entertaining. And
oh, there's
you're gonna
ships.
Keep it entertaining.
There's ships. Y'all ready to go see some ships? These aren't the pirate ones. These are the ones the pirates are after.
Oh, I told them it was a pirate ship.
No. So in St. Augustine, we saw pirate ships.
Yes.
These are the ones that the pirate ships were afraid of. I'm going to attempt to say this in Texan. Paspahegh. Paspahegh Town. Paspahegh Town.
It's so wrong.
That's so wrong, but ships are that way too. The first stop is the Indian village. What do you think all these mean?
I don't know.
Ashlyn, what do you think about all these? Just good? You ready to go in the little Indian house? I assume that's what it's called, an Indian house? Keep going, girls. What? I'm right here. Is that cool?
It's like the bed.
Yeah. Did you hear it?
What?
Yes,
I did.
You know what that means?
I heard the boom.
You know what that means?
I do. It's not someone's propane tank blowing up like we once thought.
No. It has to do with that fort right there and are the ships, but we need to find out when they're doing it again. Elise just goes, so you go this way, like I was here and I know the way to the ships.
No, so you go this way, question mark.
Yeah, you asked me as though like I was the tour guide, like I've
No,
been here before.
I ask you because you are the one who is navigationally not challenged. Well, I think Ashlyn has your gene because she remembers places, but me, I don't have it.
It's really, there's only one way in and one way out, so you just follow the path of where you've not been and you'll get to where you need to go.
I would still get lost. The lady even knew. She gave me a map like that was gonna help me.
Would you like to hear a random conversation I just overheard? This lady was explaining this area to her kids and she was like, John Smith. Well, that's a very generic name. I don't think that's his real name. I don't think she understands he was here in the 1600s and that John Smith may be generic today, but it's not back then. And that's probably why they give that name to people they don't know their real name.
I think it's John Doe.
Yeah, but John Smith, she goes, that's so generic, that can't be real.
That's why there's so many Smiths in America, because he is one of the first one. He's probably the first one.
This is the first colony, so he was the first one.
Look at the ship, y'all.
Yes. Now, as the mark of a good sailing knot, when it's under tension, it should always stay securely tied, but when it isn't under tension.
What do you see in here? What is this? Looks like a lot of ropes. Look, there's the front of the boat. Ashlyn, what is this?
Cannon.
It's a cannon. Look, you want to shoot the pirates? Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Yeah? Underneath is like all the cannons and like everybody around. Ooh! So underneath is all the cannons.
Uh-huh.
And we were down there and I was like, yeah, look at this cannon. And Kayla goes, Daddy, you too big to be here because the ceiling's like this tall.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Everything's
you would have to
short.
duck.
Oh my gosh. That's
So I was walking around on my hands and knees trying to walk with them.
So was there like sleeping area and stuff?
Sorta. He said that, imagine 71 people being on that boat.
71?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. When that school group got up there, I was like, okay, it's already a little crowded and there's probably only 20
He
of
said
them.
71 people for almost 5 months to get here.
Wow.
I know you don't know much about maps, but that map back there, I don't know what they're looking for, but
Yeah.
that was not the straightest route. Like, that is the RV route they had to take.
They took the scenic route.
Yeah,
They had some
No, we
sights.
can't go through cities. We have to go through the big roads. Stay away from everything.
I mean, they are tall and wide, so they didn't want any low clearance issues out there in that wide open ocean.
I don't know what they were looking for, but they found this by accident. You want to tell her about what you just said?
They're gonna think I'm so dumb.
No, you're buying into the history. She just looked at me and goes, "Oh, these are recreations." She thought these were the real
Because
boats.
they have on these signs the year they were commissioned, 2006, 2007. I really did think these are the originals. I mean, they look old. They just look like they've been painted.
She assumed that the metal boat that looks like an old wooden boat was original.
It doesn't look like metal. That looks like wood.
It has pumps and holes. It's got metal. This is how do you? If it was built then, it wouldn't even be alive anymore.
Who else looking at this boat who doesn't know about boats thought this was a wooden boat? This looks so wooden. Nothing on this looks metal.
It's a metal boat.
You probably only know that because you went inside.
No,
haven't been
I know that
inside.
because an actual wooden boat from the 1600s, they wouldn't let us touch it. Alicia thought these were the real boats from the 1600s. They look great for being that old. Hey, Bubba, what you doing? So Alicia's up there with the girls exploring the old original wooden boat. We're gonna ask her if she thinks it's still a wooden boat when she comes back down. So, is it still a wooden boat?
It's wooden. I mean, it is a lot of wood in there. But definitely that's not old. That's too nice to be old. But he said like 77 men for 144 days. I don't want to be a part of that.
That's almost as bad as riding a Transocean ship over.
My goodness, yeah. But at least you had nice facilities and things. This feels like a nightmare. So we got suckered into playing one of the games that they might play to occupy their time. It was an interesting game, but the girls, they lost interest in the guy. He still wanted to play. So
Did the game not have Wi-Fi?
Right. It was a coin game, a board game. It was interesting.
Y'all know what time it is?
What?
Time to go check out the fort, and maybe we'll see the cannon go boom, boom.
You want to hear the cannon go boom?
Oh yeah? It's like a train horn, but from back in the day. Hey Alicia, you know what's amazing? Is that this fort had this awesome driveway back in the day too.
These nice even pathways, so no one will fall.
Just so you know, this is not original either. The fort might be. I think there are some things. Well, actually, no, I'm lying. This is not original. The original one is over there in the national park, and it's the ruins of it.
Oh, okay.
This is a recreation.
Oh, okay.
But the original one is still there, but it's just parts of it. Is this y'all's house?
Hey, y'all. How you mom and them? Go that way. That's not Dale. That's my kind of fireplace. You know how when we had the house, I always wanted a big, huge fireplace because the fire just never gets warm enough. I think this would do the job.
So one the size of you?
Yes, I just need a little bench to sit on though beside it so I can roast myself.
So you're saying they had better fireplaces back in the day?
I think so. Oh my gosh, they definitely stayed warm. It's a Viking.
That's not a Viking.
Why?
That's a knight from England.
Aren't they the same thing?
Phil, did you not teach her anything growing up? She thinks that's a Viking. Then what is a knight?
Aren't they the same thing?
No, they're not.
Did they fight against each other?
They're not even the same country.
Oh.
Mama, come on.
She doesn't even know this is about England. She doesn't even know England is the reason this is here. She just thinks, oh, awesome fireplace. Kayla Boo, look at me.
You're ready for battle.
Kayla, come here.
Ashlyn, you want to put
Come
one
here.
on? You want to put this one on? Yeah. I think the cannon's about to go off.
Oh, let's run. So it turns out the cannon was not a cannon at all. It was a flintlock rifle they were putting on display. And it sounds really loud because they're shooting it in a corner away from everybody, so it echoes. I was so disappointed to learn it wasn't a cannon.
No cannon today.
So how was the church?
It was amazing, as the kid told me that was in there before us. It was actually pretty cool. Lots and lots of pews.
So that was the fort. Now we're gonna head over here and check out the museum and the galleries. I'm sure Alicia and the kids are thrilled to go look at some stuff on the wall. It might be cool.
Hey, you did good with that back there. That's my kind of history.
Well, I figure we paid. We might as well go check out the actual museum too.
It's like living history when the people are all dressed up and you get to put your hands on stuff. It's not like, look, don't touch, be quiet.
Yeah.
Read these signs. That's not my kind of history. But this was awesome.
This was just like St. Augustine and the Fountain of Youth. I like these way better, but there is an on-site museum we're gonna walk through and at least check it out. So we checked out the museum. Unfortunately, we did it backwards because we came in from the fort. So we got to start at the most current time and work back to the beginning. It was very weird at first because it took me a while to realize that we were going in reverse and that didn't make sense. And it's because you're supposed to see the museum on your way to the fort, not coming back. It's pretty cool because it's very interactive, and it had a lot of props and sets set up, so it wouldn't just costumes and weapons and artifacts from back in the day. You were actually immersed into like a cityscape or the environment that time of the museum was in. Well, now we're done with the Jamestown settlement. We're not going to have enough time to go check out the Revolutionary War Museum today, but we have our tickets and we can use them at any time. And if you buy them together, it's a combo price. It's 30 bucks for both museums, or both places, the Jamestown settlement and the museum that's at Yorktown. If you buy them individually, it's $36. Plus, the kids are free. Everybody 6 and under is free. So we only have to pay for me and Alicia, and we get to enjoy all this stuff. One last look at the fountain here at the Jamestown settlement. Welcome back to the RV park. So we got done at the Jamestown settlement, and we decided, sorry, buddy, what are you doing? Come here. So we decided, come on, bud, get off those leaves. What are you doing? Go. So we got done at the Jamestown settlement, and we decided, since we were right next door to the Jamestown National Park, we should go check it out. Even though we can't film in there, we think it's important to see those things because we want our kids to be exposed to these so that later on in life they'll look back and go, I've actually been there. That's really cool. That's a big part of why we like the RV life, because we take them places that one day they'll learn about. Even though if they're young now, they might understand it. In the future, they'll be able to tell people, I've been there, I've been there, I've been there. And I think that's really cool. So we went to the Jamestown National Park, and half of it was closed, the driving part, because it's turtle season and they're migrating for their breeding time, so you can't drive your car on that part of the park. So then we went inside the visitor center, we got our patches, we got our stamp, and we tried to go check out the original Jamestown ruins. Except for one thing, you have to pay to do it, even if you're an America the Beautiful pass holder. So last year we bought the America Beautiful pass, and we saw 56 national parks and did not pay a single fee to see any of them. So far on this trip on the East Coast, 2 of the national parks, does not matter if you have the America the Beautiful pass, you have to pay a fee still to the park you're at to get in. It's not full price, but they're still charging an extra fee. I'm starting to think that the America the Beautiful is only worth it if you're out west, because like I said, 56 national parks, no additional fees. So far, 2 of them on the East Coast, they want to charge you an additional fee on top of the fact that you bought the America the Beautiful pass to begin with, which they sold to you saying that it would be free entry to all national parks. That being said, I'm not against it, but I'm not gonna pay $30 for me to go see the ruins of a place I just saw next door that was a very interactive place, because my kids aren't gonna enjoy seeing some broke down buildings and some rocks and a bunch of plaques. Also, it was 4:20 and they close at 4:30, and they will still sell you a ticket at 4:20 and then tell you have to come back tomorrow to actually use the ticket. That's another thing. The person before us bought some tickets and we're told that we close in 10 minutes, so you can go look into the museum part, but in 10 minutes you have to leave and you can come back tomorrow and use that ticket. So we decided to come back to the RV park. We're gonna cook some hamburgers and hang out and let the kids play on the playground. And that's one of the cool things about this life. Like, we went out today for 3 hours, had a great time, saw some great American history. We were gonna see a little bit more American history. We decided to call it quits. And now we're back at the RV park with plenty of daylight. We're gonna enjoy the rest of the evening. And we have to figure out what we're gonna do tomorrow with you guys here in Williamsburg, Virginia. Now let's go back to the RV and start cooking up some burgers. You ready to go, buddy? Go! Do you know what I love most about the RV life? It's the evening times, because someone is always cooking and it always feels like vacation. I know we're not always on vacation, but it's a great feeling every evening when people start cooking and start hanging out at the RVs and just enjoying the RV life. Like everyone here, right now it smells delicious here. Everyone is cooking something, and we're about to cook some hamburgers on the Blackstone. So we're gonna start cooking, and we still have to figure out where we're taking you guys tomorrow. But make sure you show up, because we are doing something tomorrow. We love you. Thanks for hanging out with us. See you first thing in the morning.